Hi, this is James Gordon O'Dwyer here with the final book in the Mutants Amok series. The book I'll be talking about today, Christmas Slaughter by Mark Grant under the Conundrum David Biscoff. This was published by Avon Books in December 1991. Despite this gorgeous cover artwork, which I really like this cover artwork, sadly, this book sucked. Like the previous novel, Holocaust Horror, I just felt David completely drops the ball on the series, and this was just a complete dud. While it does have some improvements over the previous novel, like I felt the action sequences were done a little better, the violence is increased more, there's a lot more like firearms in this book. Like this one has the most guns I have seen in the series, and a lot of some really cool and rare guns that I normally don't see in like literature, which I thought was a nice touch. The characters I felt have become a lot better. They're a lot more fun to read. They're kind of a return to the fun, over-the-top action heroes that I enjoyed from the first two books. And I like the setting that the book takes place in San Francisco. I thought, okay, I thought the action was much better. I liked the gunplay in it, and I felt the main group of characters have gotten a little better. Sadly, the biggest weakness of this book is its plot. It doesn't make any goddamn sense what Ignatius Charlemagne 75 is trying to do with this whole thing that he's trying to do by trying to lure the rebels into this trap by using a human holiday as his like plan, and he has this a whole bunch, like he's got a bunch of other things going for it, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what is this? I was expecting this was gonna be be a final showdown between Jack, Max, and the rebels taking on Ignatius Charlemagne 75 and defeat him once and for all. And like there's gonna be this big epic battle in Colorado in the military base and stuff, but no, we don't get any of that. Instead, we just get this bizarre, like, Christmas plot that doesn't make any damn sense. And there's both bad, cringy dialogue. There's a really cringy sex scene that I did enjoy, and a whole bunch of other shit I did not enjoy in this book at all. And I was like, what a way to just derail this series. As I felt this could have been so much better. And if this book was a lot better, we could have maybe gone to another one, or maybe this could have been a lot better a better way to wrap it up the series. But unfortunately, this book just sucked, and I was really disappointed how this series has went towards the later books, as I felt it got to a really good start, but then it just completely went downhill after the second book. During my review, I will explain the many issues and problems I have with it, and overall, I would say choose wisely if you want to check this series out, as some of these books are kind of pricey to get. So, if you want to check this series out, it's up to you if you want to check it or not. But do choose wisely if you want to check it out, as these books are hard to come by, as these books have never been reprinted. After they came out in '91, Avon never reprinted them again, or any other publisher for that matter of fact. So, choose wisely if you want to check this series out or not. Alright, onto the review. Plot. After the events of destroying Dr. Wilkins' base and preventing him from giving the cyborg mutant overlord, Ignatius Charlemagne 75, a destructive weapon that could have wiped out the human race. Furious, Ignatius swears revenge on the human rebel who has caused him so much stress, Max Trachel. During a meeting with all the brain generals and other mutants, Ignatius plans to lure the rebels into a fake Christmas event, not only to slaughter as many humans as they can, but to finally kill the rebel forces once and for all. With the aid of his new company, Planned Genocide Corporation, Ignatius will be able to bring as many humans from anywhere he wants. But first, Ignatius calls in Brain General Hardin, who somehow has been removed from Max and is brought in to be executed in front of a live audience. His only request is to have the shitty Christmas music turned off before being hacked up by saw blades. Meanwhile, Max, Jack, and Potts are in San Francisco, are leading a raid mission on a mutant slave camp hidden under the city, traveling through the sewers till they reach the subway system. Jack, Max, and Potts discover the prison camp that's brainwashing humans into being slaves. They are disgusted by what they see and plan to slaughter all the mutants in sight. They are warned by the human slaves a group of mutant headhunters is patrolling the area as they have bounties on their heads. They sneak in and let loose with silent HK MP5s shooting through the mutants as blood splatters. More mutants appear with Pod switching to his 357 Magnum. Jack uses his Beretta 92F and Max uses his 50 caliber Desert Eagle, blowing the mutants to bloody chunks. After clearing out the slave camp, they tell the human prisoners to fight back against their mutant masters and to join the human front. Mac, Jax, and Pods leave the subway and fight off more mutants till they hear sirens. As they go to flee, a Cadillac hearse appears, and behind the wheel is a beautiful yet tough woman, Sue. Speeding through the streets while firing a Uzi Micro at the hover police cars, she is able to take them out and help the rebels escape while flirting with Jack. Then Sue reveals to be a cyborg. After picking up Max and showing off her strength, she warns them any attempt to attack her will result in the death of Max, as most human weapons can't harm her, but states she isn't interested in killing them and wishes to join them in their quest to defeat Ignatius. Jack and Pods breathe a sigh of relief, then puts Max down, then makes hot chocolate for all of them. After stocking on ammo and more firepower, Sue takes the gang to a harbor where they meet another resistance group under the command of African Queen. At first they are held at gunpoint, believed to be cyborgs. Max exchanges trash talk with one of the rebel fighters and kicks him in the groin, proving they aren't the enemy. After getting on board the ship, they learn that the mutants are up to something nasty and plan on stopping them. The African Queen tells the gang if something should go wrong, they'll get backup from FART, the Free American Revolution Troops. During the night, both Jack and Max have a threesome with Sue as she wears them out. They plan to destroy the mutant base where Planned Genocide Corporation is at. However, the mutants will make it easy for the rebels to defeat them and have set up several traps. It's a fight to the death, as this is going to be a very bloody Christmas. Christmas Slaughter was a disappointing finale to the Mutants Amok series. Despite having good action scenes, high level of detail within San Francisco area with lots of firearms, and seeing a few cool guns appear that I normally don't see in action novels was a nice treat. More graphic violence with some more gore, however none of this was enough to save this novel. The biggest weakness to Christmas Slaughter was its plot. It made no sense how forcing humans to take part in a staged Christmas event to lure the rebels was going to work, and throughout the series it's pointed out that the mutants need the humans to reproduce more of their offspring because they lack the rich DNA to breed. At no point does Ignatius or any mutant scientist try to come up with a way to improve this flaw of theirs, and was annoyed how many times I read how the mutants want young blonde women with blue eyes believing they're special. I really felt this whole Christmas plot was a waste of time when David could have just wrapped up this series by having the rebels launch a all-out assault in Colorado to finish off the mutant overlord, but nope, he chose to write this instead. I didn't enjoy this plot at all, found it boring at times and confusing, and the ending that leaves you with more questions than answers. While Jack, Max, and Pods aren't arguing or butting heads anymore, as they have become likable yet fun action heroes again. However, there was both bad and cringy dialogue that I did enjoy reading, a boring sex scene where Sue forces Jack and Max to get it on with her as she easily tires them out. One of the worst moments is when the African Queen tells the group about a human resistance group that will aid them called FART. I rolled my eyes in disbelief. This wasn't funny at all. David could have seriously come up with a better rebel group than FART. Another missed opportunity was showing where the human front base is, as it's never shown. It's only mentioned at the start who's commanding it, and that's it. Another plot hole is how Hardin got out of Max's body, as not even he knew he left him, and why would Hardin return to Ignatius Trauma in 75 when he knows he'll be executed for betraying his overlord? Towards the end, there's a scene that wastes so much time when the gang is captured for a few moments that makes a daring escape which felt rushed and sloppy. I was seriously hoping to see Jack, Max, Potts, and Sue fight against the mutant overlord, but didn't get it. Just a cheap ending of blowing up a mutant base with the rebel fighters flying off in the helicopter to rest before the next attack, as this ends on a cliffhanger with no sequel after that. I don't know if David planned to end the series here or continue with another novel, but seeing how awful the later Mutants Amok series got, it might be a sign why there wasn't another novel after this one. This series has its pros and cons, but felt the later books could have been done so much better, and it's a real shame too, as the idea of these disgusting grotesque mutants hellbent on taking over the world The many breeds there are shown were fun to watch both in action and seeing them getting slaughtered by the human rebels. I always enjoy reading these dark alternate future novels, just seeing how creative the author can get with them, along with letting loose with over-the-top violence, action, gore, and sex. They can be a lot of fun if written right. Overall, it's up to you if you want to check out this series or not. While I wasn't impressed with the final novel, but if you like B action movies from the 80s and 90s along with some other goodies, maybe you'll enjoy this series more than I did. Alright, that's for the review today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, this was a really disappointing way to end this series, as I was really hoping that the last book might make up for it, but I kind of had a gut feeling that it was going to be bad. So I'll just start off what I liked, and there's not very much in it. While I felt David improved the action sequences a little bit, like he got like he improved on it from the previous book, Holocaust Horror. Like the action scenes, I felt were much better. Like early on in the book, like they're well written. There's a lot of like over the top violence, some gore in it, and I was enjoying this. And I love the gunplay in this book. Like there is so much like guns in this book. Like he really increases the arsenal compared to the other books in this series. Like there was like so many firearms in this book. Like I was surprised to see a couple like rare guns that I normally don't see like in in other books I read. Like some of these guns I would see them like in like kind of like late 80s or 90s like action films and stuff, like the weapons you don't normally see. So it was a nice treat seeing like the characters get to play with more firepower and stuff. That was a lot of fun. I like the fact that Jack, Max, and Potts were back to their selves again. Like these are like fun action heroes. They're enjoying what they're doing, and they have really improved from the last two books, which I just felt they had just spent more time arguing and bickering with each other, as I really did not like the drama in the last two books. This one had hardly any drama at all, which I was fine with. Sadly, it's not enough to save this book, as the biggest weakness to Christmas Slaughter was his plot. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. What the hell is Ignatius Charlemagne trying to do with this one? He has this bizarre plot where he's going to lure the rebels into this fake Christmas event, and the plan is just to lure them there so that way they can not only kill the rebel leader, Max Trackel, and the others that are causing so much stress, but to just slaughter as many humans as they can. And it's revealed like throughout the book series that they need humans to reproduce more because the mutants cannot do that. They lack the rich DNA that the humans have, and this just got annoying where they constantly keep bringing up the fact that they need like gorgeous women. They have to be blonde and have blue eyes, and I was like, I'm getting really bored just reading that. And not once do the mutants try to find a way to resolve this problem or find a way to make themselves better. No, they just... It's like on one hand they want to kill off all the humans, but the other hand they need them. It was just... You would think that David would either have it where the mutants are now going to try to find a way to work around this problem so they don't need the humans, or let their ignorance get the better of them, which leads to their downfall. That would have made more sense. And I really hated the whole plot. Like it just felt so stupid. Like how is this plan going to work? Like there's one like early on in the book. There's a part where a brain general questions Ignatius Charlemagne 75's plan, and this of course gets him punished by having his fingers sliced off, and then. This book has several like plot holes in it. First one is how the hell does Hardin get out of Max's body when not even he knows about it? Like it just decides to up and leave, and then he instantly appears back at Ignatius' base, which I thought was like, why would he go back there? He knows if he returns he'll be executed, which is what happens to him. And I was expecting later on in the book that Max would get rid of Hardin, but no, he just up and leaves, and not even Max knew about this, so it's like, how does this happen? How is this possible? And then, of course, Ignatius' stupid plan with the whole Christmas thing, and then he's got this company that's going to help with the plan, and I was like, why does he need a company to carry out this plan? He's got bases all across North America. He's got facilities, camps, all this other shit. It's like, why does he need a company to do this? Like, it just didn't make any sense. Like, I know this series is not meant to be taken seriously. This is something you just kick back and read, have fun. But like even a fun book series like this should not have these kind of plot holes at all. Like the author should have thought it through and make sure that the plot makes sense. That it's not like too cartoonish or like silly. So yeah, so I did not like the plot at all. It just felt stupid, and then towards the end, it just felt rushed, and in the ending, I felt was very cheap. Where it's that typical action movie type thing where the characters go to some base, they blow it up, they escape barely, and then it just ends on a cliffhanger of like, that's it. This is where you're gonna end the book. You're not gonna have like a final showdown with Lord with Ignatius Charlemagne. You're not gonna have like the rebels fight him. You're gonna end up like this, really? I was just really disappointed. And not only that, there's more bad, cringy dialogue in it. There's parts that I really did not enjoy reading, especially the one part which I did not find funny at all. Is when the one Resistance Fire African Queen reveals that there's another resistance group that will aid them should something go wrong. Fart, and this just I just instantly cringed and just shook my head. It's like, what the hell is this? This is not funny. Like, David could have come up with a better resistance name, or just say, we got another resistance group that will help us if something should go wrong. Like, he could have done it like that, but naming a resistance group Fart was just the stupidest thing I've ever read. I was like, this is just dumb. There were some pop culture references here and there. I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad as Rebel Attack, which I felt was shoehorning as many pop culture references as David could fit into that book, which I really disliked. This one has a couple, which I thought, okay, that's fine. I don't mind it. Mind that it's not too much. But I was really getting confused of where the plot was going. Like, it starts off where they have to attack this mutant slave camp in the subway system, and then after that, Mac Jackson Potts attacks some more mutants, and then then Susie appears, and I was like, is this another member to their team? No, it's revealed she's a cyborg that's been sent to kill the rebels, but decides to join them. It's not really explained why she decides, nah, I'd rather join you because I find you two more attractive than my grotesque overlord. So Sue joins them, and she proves to be a very reliable character. And I thought, okay, she's a really good fighter. She's indestructible. She can take more damage than the others can, and she is like very like an expert in driving and marksman with guns. And there's a cool part where she stabs like a brain general in the neck and then rips out his heart, which I thought that is really hardcore. I really enjoyed that, but unfortunately that's towards the ending where it was really getting like really sloppy, and just like I felt the author was rushing towards the end to get this book finished. So that was unfortunate, as I felt this character there could have been more scenes of her with her character fleshed out and stuff. Another part that I really disliked was the part where she decides to have a threesome with Jack and Max, and she just wears them out because she's a cyborg, so she doesn't get easily tired, and she drains the two men out of energy, and they're like both exhausted. I was like, that was just really painful to read. It was not fun at all. Yeah, this book just didn't really have a lot going for it, and I was like, this really sucks. Like, David could have like either wrapped up the series with a final book, or done it a lot better to where we could have gotten a sixth book that could have maybe wrapped this up. But unfortunately, we didn't get another book in this series, and maybe that's for the best, because I noticed that after the third book, there's a big gap between the other books. Like, there's like several months where the later books are published, and I wonder if it has something to do with maybe how bad Rebel Attack was. Because that book was terrible, when you have this over-top action-packed novel, and then the third one, suddenly the tone completely shifts where it goes like completely comedic. I have a feeling that that this book did not do well. And then the later books were spread further apart because the sales dropped. So that's probably why this series has ended after the fifth book, and why it has not come back in print. Because I think, yeah, because after this book, the series has not been reprinted after this. Avon did not republish it. No other publisher has picked it up after that. It only had like one printing, and that was it. So overall, this was. I really like this series. Like, it had its pros and cons. I love the concept of it. It has some really interesting ideas. The world setting is interesting. The first two books, Mutants Amok and Mutant Hell, I thought were the two best books in the series. Like those, I really enjoyed the most. And if only the other three could have been as good as those two, then this would have been like a really good series. Unfortunately, when it gets to the third book, the wheel begins to come loose right away, and then the last two books, the whole series just derails after that. Unfortunately, so this was a decent series. Like I said, the first two books are really good, but then after that, after the second book, it all goes downhill after that. So if you want to check this series out, think it over. Watch my reviews and decide if you want to check the series or not. Check the series out or not, because these books can be pricey depending on the condition they are. Like I was looking up some of the books in the series, and like books that are really mid condition are very expensive, and then there's others that are like in really rough shape. They're lower, but they're they're in rough shape. So I was kind of wondering why this series hasn't gotten reprinted, because like I thought this sounds like a really cool series. I was even thinking how cool it'd be if this got reprinted into like a graphic novel. That would be cool. But after reading this, I can see why this series has not come back in print. So so overall, while I do not recommend Christmas Slaughter at all, it was just not good. I would, in my opinion, I would say just stick with the first two books because those were the best ones. But if you want to check this series out, that is up to you. If you want to give this series a read. Alright, that's it for the review today. Hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to October Library, the YouTube channel where I post book reviews, book hauls, and artificial light content. Until then, I'll catch you later.